On the Spot. With 2 console releases next month, we've got both of them in the studio today. Sony drops by for a complete walkthrough of the PlayStation 3, and SNK is here with Metal Slug Anthology for the Wii. Plus, a new trailer for Ninja Gaiden Sigma, demos of the upcoming SOCOM and Phoenix Wright games, and a head-to-head battle for the ages featuring Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. No objections here. We're live and on the spot. Hello, everybody, and welcome to On the Spot, GameSpot's live show. We do every Thursday afternoon. We play some new games. We hang out, take your questions. It's generally a good time. Wouldn't you agree, Jeff Gersman?
Sorry, there's a PlayStation. I'm just looking at this PlayStation over here. I think find ways I can shove it down my pants and run away, but it's too big.
I think you should have worn pants instead of shorts then if you're going to try doing that.
Well, see, this way I can shove it up the leg.
Okay, all right, good. We have a great show for you today.
Great.
Due in
Fantastic.
part because of the PlayStation 3 that is here, that we will be taking apart.
Now, this Wii that's over here, though, that I think I could maybe fit in a hip pocket or something.
Yeah, and the Wii is here. We're going to play Metal Slug Anthology.
I got plans.
Before we give it all away, though, why doesn't Ryan Davis tell us what's going on in today's show? Hello, Ryan Davis.
I gotta say, I just saw way more of Jeff's leg there than I really needed to in that shot. So
no, you needed to see
that was sobering. Yes, no, today on the Spot, the next generation of video games is here. It has arrived. Officially.
Thanks, Kaz.
We have the Xbox 360s in the house. We're going to be playing some Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 with that. We've got the Wii is here, Metal Slug Anthology. The PS3 is here. We're going to be looking at the PlayStation 3's dashboard system, all of the interface stuff, the UI stuff. So that'll be awesome. SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 2 for the PSP is here. The new Phoenix Wright game, fresh from Japan, is here for the Nintendo DS. We're going to be taking a look at all those games.
That's a lot of stuff.
And there's also some exclusive world premiere stuff, I understand.
Yes, there is, Ryan Davis. There's actually a world premiere trailer for Ninja Gaiden Sigma. That's a PlayStation 3 game.
It is.
Yeah.
I've heard of that. There are ninjas in it.
It's got ninjas in it.
Yeah.
Before we show that, though, are you excited for Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3? Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3?
Of course. I mean,
as you can see behind us, the television has been replaced by an Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 arcade machine.
It's ready to go.
And we will have people playing that while you play Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. A la Uno.
Sure.
Yeah.
That joke has been stretched so thin now.
And we're just going to keep stretching it.
Save your voice for when it actually happens.
I have a microphone here that's going to make me an announcer to the start. You're ready for that?
I'm not ready.
All right, well, let's move on and get to the PlayStation 3 show.
Yeah.
All right, Ninja Gaiden Sigma. Check it out. And we are back here with Ryan Bowling. With you can get his mic fixed. It's okay. We got time.
It's on there.
It's on.
It's on. It's just not up.
Oh, okay. All right. We got Ryan Bowling here from Sony.
Sure.
You might know Ryan Bowling from many world famous tours of the Sony booth at E3.
People watch those?
Yeah, tens of millions watch your stuff, Ryan. Everyone here around here knows you. And now you've brought. Thank you for bringing by the PlayStation 3.
You're not going to be putting it in your pants either.
All right, fine. We'll work something out. I got some money on me. You know, maybe you look the other way.
We're gonna walk through it here. We have all kinds of stuff. We're gonna plug into it. We're gonna take everyone's questions all show long. We have like, what do you have there?
I got a PlayStation 1 game.
PlayStation 1 game. We got
the best PlayStation 1 game.
Which one?
Battle Arena Toshinden 3.
Okay. We got all kinds of memory units we got going on, and we're just gonna break it all down.
Cool.
So Ryan, start us off.
Okay.
What do we see in here?
So right when you turn on your PlayStation 3, you're going to be asked to select a user. Mm-hmm. As we've mentioned, similar to like logging onto your computer, if you're in a family or a home with numerous users, you can have your own settings. So for me, Ryan Bowling, RB, that's the user right now. You can have over a dozen users on the PS3, and that'll be specific to your music, your photo settings and stuff.
Now, is that like a name that'll also be used online in all games?
Yeah.
Cool.
Your handle. The settings menu, and again, the cross-media bar here, this is something that you're going to see throughout Sony products. We introduced it with the PSP. A lot of you guys are familiar with it. There's a few more features here on the PS3 that I'll walk through, but you're going to see it on like new Bravia, the LCD screens that Sony makes as well. This is something that's we've gotten really good feedback on, and it's an easy interface to really show off all the different functionality. So going into the settings menu here.
That's a lot of settings.
There's a lot, but the system update, similar to the PSP, as we continue to evolve and take consumer feedback and begin to tweak the hardware more and more, we can offer firmware updates to offer more advanced features. And if your PS3 is connected online, it'll continue to look for new updates, and or you can do it manually by selecting this option.
Cool.
So, Blu-ray disc and DVD settings. It goes into more like parental settings. And one thing to note, it's not on just movies, but also web browsing as well.
Okay.
And what your kid is downloading or viewing, you can select that and control that. So, music settings here. This is interesting. You can import your CDs. So your CDs that you buy at the store, you can rip them, store them into your hard drive, and then play them back. Chat settings. You can do chat through like iToy or through a headset.
What kind of headsets will it support?
Well, being that the PS3 supports Bluetooth technology, you can actually use, like, if you have a Bluetooth headset for like your cell phone, you can use that for gameplay as well as chat. Date and time settings you can select appropriately. And one thing to note too, you'll see like with PSP, the background would change on a monthly basis. Depending on the time of day, you'll see that the brightness actually adjusts according to like the sunrise and sunset.
Cool. So it's like a little darker at night.
Yeah,
so
and it's more like another living part of the house here for you.
Yeah.
Accessory settings, going back to the Bluetooth, you can register your Bluetooth device here. Display settings. This is important. Depending on the type of TV you are, we can support your old standard def all the way up to 1080p TV sets.
How's it look on a standard definition television?
I mean, it looks just like this. Of course, not as. It's 1080 is.
I don't have an HDTV.
I'm looking at a standard definition TV over here.
I mean,
and it looks all right.
Cool. It's great. So, sound settings. Again, this is important, particularly if you have an HDMI or AV Mult or optical digital. You can manually select that as well in here, and it can go all the way up to 7.1.
Cool.
Surround security settings.
What? No 10.2?
23.
Yeah.
Network settings as well, similar to sort of how the PSP. You can do it through wireless or through a wired connection built into the box. Photos. We have a variety of photos here, and this can be viewed off your hard drive. You can hook up your digital camera. You can put in a flash card. You can put in a memory stick and view photos.
Will it read over the network, like if you're on a network that has a PC with shared folders or anything like that? Or?
I haven't tested that yet, so it's a good question, though. So here, there's some really cool features on the photo viewing. So if we go to slideshow here, there's a couple different thematics. Photo album, this is pretty cool. It takes all my photos, and it's just loading up here, and it creates like a virtual table, and it actually puts my photos into little 3x5s. You guys see they're laying down here, and actually a little negative strip should drop down here. And I can zoom in, I can slow it down, look at the photos from New York City, Times Square. And then I can also overlay music that I have stored on my hard drive, or if I want to play a CD, or music off my memory stick, or the other storage mediums.
How customizable is this slideshow?
Right now, it's.
It looks really cool already.
It is. Yeah, it's really cool. I mean, you can also do portrait. You can also just do a static show where you're just flipping through the shoulder buttons. You can adjust like the resolution of the photos as well. And there's a negative there, so you can actually see the photos put in.
Oh, cool.
So,
well, we're just getting started. We're going to keep going through this
Sure.
one, but I have to give Ryan Davis the opportunity because, as you know, here and on the spot, we take questions from the audience as the show goes along.
Okay.
Use the question form you see right there next to the player. Ryan Davis, have any questions so far?
Oh, man.
Let's start with what we've
Seriously?
talked about so far.
Are you being ironic?
Yeah.
No one's asking about the PS3 over here.
They're not.
I've got a million questions. Nevtis from Scotland, Glasgow, wants to know, is the PS3 really silent?
it is. It's I believe, what did we say? It was over 20 decibels, a little over 20 decibels.
Something like that.
Yeah, it's really quiet. I mean, it's running right now.
We have a pair of them here, and we're still having a conversation.
Yeah.
So
yeah. Easy.
pretty quiet.
All right. Well, Ryan, you keep building the questions. We're gonna let Ryan Bowling. There's so many Ryans here. It's a Ryan party.
We should have Ryan Ryan
Yeah.
sometime.
Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. What's Ryan Davis? You need. All right. Well, Ryan Bowling. We can move on with the demo. Ryan Davis
Okay.
will get us more questions.
So you saw the photos, music. Again, we can load into our own CD. And the cool thing is, when you load into a CD, if you're connected online, you can select obtain information about the CD.
Oh, and it'll dig the tracks out and
It'll actually
stuff?
go on
That's
the
cool.
back end to the appropriate sites
send me?
online and actually pull graphic images as well as the song information.
Nice.
And populate the particular album.
Cool.
I got some songs here from the Foo Fighters album. I'll turn on here. So
Nice.
it's got some really cool visual backgrounds here we can mess around with. The standard, it's random.
Cool.
And again, you can leave the music on and then go to other applications.
Okay.
So you can you can go
Yeah,
all
or,
the way
yeah,
and
you
play
do-
a game also with music in the background?
No. But
Okay.
like, for instance, just like a slideshow, which is really cool.
Yeah.
You're on a trip, you come home, you can do some really fancy
Surf the
things.
web. Or,
Yeah.
Cool.
Videos. This, again, the other thing to note too is with the memory stick, you remember on PSP how you had to format your memory stick and it created like a game, video, and photo folder?
Yeah.
That option is here in the settings menu. But if you just have photos and music floating freely on your storage medium, the cross-media bar, the PS3 will recognize it.
Cool.
Not offhand, though. You actually have to, there's a option in here where it says display all, and you have to go through the root directories.
Okay.
But, so just something to note. Videos,
That says Africa.
Yeah.
I saw that.
the famous Africa.
Can you tell us what it is?
Can you tell us more about
Not
Africa?
yet.
Come on, man.
We got to know.
I got.
Just willing to
Actually, why
take
don't you tell
cash
me what you
money.
think it's about?
All right, Africa is a it's a racing game where you are a member of the animal kingdom and you try to live as long as possible.
No,
That's the race.
it's zebras versus jeeps.
Zebras are
Team deathmatch racing.
Obviously, you're the person, and it's going to be some kind
we're
of,
having
yeah.
we're putting together a purse right now. We're taking in ideas and
Of what
we'll soon
Africa
find
actually
out.
That's the
wait.
big secret. Africa's not a game, really. You're just like going to take all these ideas and then build
It's a new
it. Right?
Sony movie
Yeah.
in CG. No.
So here you go. You have the video trailers, and we support a variety of different formats. But the cool thing is you have animated thumbnails here that you can scroll through.
Yeah, cool. So now you can like set what those thumbnails are, right? You have some kind of input.
Yeah. You can actually, and then you can go in there and manipulate them a bit. So like here I have a Lair trailer, PS3 game, and if I don't like what I'm seeing, I can actually go back and go further into the trailer and then set that, and it'll just play that part of the animation. So
That's cool.
yeah, so a variety of different movie, game trailers, available. These are stored on my hard drive. The games.
Wait, this plays games too?
It does, yeah. Believe it or not.
It does so much already.
We're at the game controller. So I think you wanted to throw in your PS1 game to show
Yeah,
that?
Let's
sure.
do it.
Let's-
All right.
What's the
give
game
that a
again,
shot.
Jeff?
Battle Arena Toshinden 3. Actually, we do have another couple of games here. I'm kind of kidding. We could actually put in, Grand Theft Auto 3 if
No.
you want to. All right, yeah, you're right. Thank you.
This is
Slide
a
it in
general
the
audience,
drive here.
too, so
Yes.
you got to be careful.
Yeah.
Load in your memory save.
Battle Arena Toshinden 3, rated T for teen.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'll work.
There's something for everybody.
Let's see here. So when you put the PS1 game in, it'll pop up here, PlayStation disc. The one thing to note, it's asking me, do I want to create an internal memory card on the hard disk? Right now I'm not going to do it, but the hard drive serves as your memory.
So it'll like emulate a PS1 memory card or something like that?
Well, in the hard drive,
Right,
yeah.
yeah.
Or we do have our memory card adapter reader that we announced, which will be available for $14.99.
Yeah.
And that'll go to the USB. So
Now, when you hook that up, will you be able to just read? Will the games be able to read from that, or does it still have to copy your saves to the hard
that's a
drive
good
and work
question. I
from
haven't
there?
tested it yet, but the assumption would be that you would just pull off the memory card.
Cool.
And there it is, the PlayStation game.
Yeah, there's the.
That easy.
Now,
Icon,
to answer
yes.
the other question, something we tried it a little earlier. Now, this is I'll give it a shot. it is region locked with PS1 and PS2 games,
It is,
right?
yeah. And I know we tried that just a bit ago to
Yeah.
test it, but yeah, it is. But PS3, there is no region coding on the software, so
Nice.
But on the movies, there is.
Right.
Well, it's actually up to the studio. It's pretty.
So
similar.
this is the power of the PlayStation 3 right here.
Consider me blown away.
So it runs it just fine, Jeff. It's passing the test for you right now.
Yeah, this is Toshinden 3.
Fortunately, this isn't in 1080 right now, the PS1 game. But
No. Maybe we put it in a digital locker.
we can age the
you can
game
see,
for a while.
You can see the details of the characters.
Wow.
All right, so all right, let's get back to the PlayStation 3, Jeff. You'll have plenty of time to play it.
All right, no,
Okay. No. Ryan Davis, more questions, please.
I've got a ton of questions here. Rupert Evans from Illinois wants to know, can you upgrade the 20 gig version to accept a Wi-Fi later after launch?
It's a good question.
Thank you.
We'll get back to you on that. Right now, you can't. Although, with the 20 gig, you can. Well, with the hard drive, you can hook up your own hard drive through the USB. But for wireless, it's a good question.
Can you actually replace the internal hard drive as well? Do you have any access to that?
I know people are going to try to get in there,
Yeah.
but yeah, we recommend just going through the USB
Okay.
right now.
Cool.
So,
Can we? What's left? Hopping on the internet or?
yeah, we can do that. Let's. Okay, so here's the network icon, and there's 3 options right now. So you have remote play, which there's a little PSP icon, and there's a lot of unique features here. Unfortunately, I can't demo it right here on the show today, but essentially this refers to having your PSP being able to play online games. So if you're on a subway, I'm at home, we can play games against each other. Cool. You can also access what's stored on your hard drive as long as your PS3 is on. So that cross-media bar will actually show up on the PSP. And so
and
you're in New York.
You can get access to.
Yeah,
Oh, cool.
you're in New York and you're like, hey, check out the photos and my music.
Oh,
here,
nice.
as well as any other content that you have. And then,
So that's similar to like the kind of location-free stuff that you can use with the TVs.
It is.
Stuff.
It is.
Yeah, cool.
Yep. Here's the internet browser. We can load it up here. And again, mind you, when we launch PS3, we will have a PS3 custom homepage that really takes advantage of the high definition features. Right now, this is just our existing PlayStation.com site, which is a placeholder for the demonstration. But one of the cool things is we can it can actually have up to 6 windows on the screen at once. So you can scroll back and forth, zoom in. So if you're like on Google and you're searching a specific topic, you can see different results.
And we have a USB keyboard plugged in right now.
Yeah,
so
which
if you wanted
makes
to,
it a little easier.
But you could use a Bluetooth keyboard, right? With a Bluetooth support?
Yeah, because it does have the Bluetooth functionality. Correct. Whoops. So the other thing is the PlayStation Store. Again, I can't show it to you right now because we haven't launched the system yet. But this, again, will be our commerce site where you can go and buy upgrades for your games. You can download games, PS1 games. We also have games like Blast Factor.
Right.
One of the things we talked about back at Game Developers Conference was that there's a little bit of perhaps intimidation with development community that doesn't have perhaps the funds to create a next-gen console. But with PS3, it's really open to all types of developers and really open to finding the most creative thought and process and the games that are out there. So we created this website called PlayStation.com/beyond to gather ideas, and we're actually funding right now over 40 games that take maybe 1 to 2 months to develop. They're really quick, pick up and play, and we're going to have a few available on day one that you can download demos of, but then you can also purchase as well for, we haven't announced the actual price, but it'll be under $15.
Cool.
So,
Ryan Davis, before we hop into a quick game of Blast Factor, do you have any UI-esque questions for Ryan Bowling right now?
I do. Brian from Royal Oak, Michigan asks, how long does it take to load up the dashboard on the system after it's turned on?
Oh, it's instantly. I mean, it's cool because you fire up the system and then there's a little bit of an orchestra, symphony.
Got to have a startup sound.
Signals that the PS3's started up, and then immediately just like the PSP,
It's just
it
right
goes
there
right
for
in
you.
across the media bar instantly. Yeah.
Cool.
Ryan Davis, more questions?
Of course.
Hit us.
Let me pick out my favorite one.
Okay.
Mikhail Johnson from Sweden asks, can you change the background color or image on your PlayStation 3 menu?
Right now, it's set to what you see, and it's changing on a monthly basis, but that could change.
Ryan Davis?
Tim Clark from Coronado, California asks, when it comes to downloading content, is there going to be any sort of limit on size for downloadable games from the PlayStation Store?
Well, right now, it could range from like a megabyte all the way up to 500 megabytes is what we've said right now. But again, with the 20 gig or the 60 gig, you're only using 10% right off the bat of the storage space. So there's a lot of room to play with.
Cool. Ryan Davis? I'm just going to keep tossing you. This is everyone's chance to ask questions about the PlayStation 3.
Daniel Green from London asks, is there a VGA option for the PlayStation 3?
No.
But you could get an HDMI and convert
You
it.
could get a converter,
It's probably
yeah.
some kind of weird thing you can do.
Yeah, you can zoom in on the back. I don't know with the camera if you want to see the back of the system here.
We've actually gotten some requests to see a disc actually get put into the system as well. We'll do that. That'll be the big closer.
Sure.
Ryan
brought a
Davis,
Blu-ray disc.
another question
Cool.
before we play some Blast Factor.
No, go ahead.
All right, cool. Let's play some Blast.
This is
Is it
the other
loading
one
up
there.
or? I think we're just trying to
The
get
logo.
Okay, there you go.
Fire
Sony Computer Entertainment presents. That works for me. All right, here's the shot of the back, Ryan Bowling. What are we seeing right now?
Okay, so the little green light flashing, of course, is the internet connection.
Yep.
That's the Ethernet cable. Right next to it is the we're running component. That's the AV multi-out, and then to the left of the internet connection is actually the HDMI, and then down on the lower right-hand corner is the power plug.
Cool. Well, actually, you know what? Instead of playing Blast Factor, why don't we play Lair? Is that okay? Is everyone okay with that? We play some Lair.
See a little bit of the six-axis
little
action.
tilty
Sure.
action.
Again, I'm not the layer.
Tilty support.
I'm not the ultimate layer person, but I'll show you. Actually, why don't you?
Yeah,
can
sure. I can
Jeff,
demo,
I can
play-
fly,
demo
man.
the
I know
six-axis
how. All right.
controller.
All right.
So just
fly
hit
through the
try.
rings. All right.
Yeah, so this is just a little tutorial to get you used to flying a dragon in the world of Lair. So as you can see, it's being six-axis, it takes advantage of left, right, up, down, forward, and back. So or tilting. Yeah.
I need to start
pitch.
quoting some Matthew McConaughey every time I see this game. Sorry. How does it feel, Jeff, tilting the controller?
Feels good. You
Yeah.
tilt it, and the dragon moves. The dragon moves.
You can hold it down in front of you if you want. You seem
Okay.
like you're going over
You
the
can
side.
even shoot out fireballs if you.
Now, since
Is that gonna be one of the triggers
the
here?
six-axis controller will be new to a lot of people, will we see some nice tutorial stuff like this for
Yeah,
most games?
and it's it's really we're really in the early stages right now. We've seen simple things like controlling a dragon or controlling a warhawk that we showed at E3. The Tony Hawk's Project 8, they demonstrated how you can control the pitch of the skateboard, which is
Right.
pretty cool. But the developers, a large percentage of our launch titles on day one are already taking advantage of the motion controller, and you're going to see a lot of games in the coming year just be solely based around the motion controller. So it's really, we're not even just the tip of the iceberg right
Is
now.
this the kind of thing where you guys are going to hope people use it in their games? Or is it the kind of thing where you're being, strongly suggestive to use the controller?
It really comes down to the experience. We don't want to say, look, you have to use a motion controller. If it's
Right.
not fun, it's not worth it. And as long as it feels natural, then it makes sense. But a lot of games too, you have the option you can turn it off. But as you'll find, a lot of times when you're playing these type of games, even if you don't have the motion controller, you're seeing people sort of move. And there's one of our games, Resistance. The enemies will hook onto you, and you sort of shake because you want them to get off. Well, actually, that shaking helps.
That works
with the motion controller because it'll shake them off. So, again, as long as it makes sense.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Ryan Davis, I want 3 last good questions for Ryan Bowling.
All right, here's one that's actually come in from a couple different people. Don Lawrence included from Southern Pines, North Carolina. Custom soundtracks. That's actually all he asked.
That's the entire
question. Is custom soundtracks?
Yeah. More to come. Right now, yeah.
Well, that's one of those things. With
custom
upgradable
soundtracks,
firmware,
I guess,
you can do that,
are you
right?
saying like ripping a CD and then loading in to play over your game?
Yes.
I think that's the gist of it.
Yeah, not right now. But all the games have the custom jukebox functionality, so I think you'll see that in the near future. But right now,
2 more, Ryan Davis.
Oh, you're killing me.
All right. I have some.
Okay.
All right.
It's hard to read it on the back.
Jeff, you can help me out on this one. We just had an episode of The Hotspot where we were talking about the PlayStation 3, and we've learned a lot now. We're still a little bit confused about how you play games online exactly.
Because I think, like, specifically like with Untold Legends, they announced that they were going to have X-Fire support, and presumably that does like the player matching and all that stuff. But
Sure.
it's like, if the PlayStation 3 already does all that, why would someone go out and get this other solution to do it? Like, what do they gain by that?
Well, Sony Online has actually been, being part of the Sony family too. They've been very instrumental in supporting our whole online network. And you saw a little bit last week at our preview event that we had for the media. It's, again, our network is different than the competitors, where it's up to the publisher, the respective publisher, to use their own infrastructure. So,
okay.
Yeah.
So people can get out there and they can use external stuff if they feel that'll benefit.
Yeah,
them,
whatever.
or they can use that. Okay.
Correct.
Cool.
So.
Ryan Davis, we just took one of your 3 questions.
John from San Carlos, California asks, can you log into your username from a different PlayStation 3 than the one it was originally created on?
Oh, that's a good question.
See, he said it was good.
Yeah, it's a really good
I was counting
question.
on it. I gave you the extra time.
I knew I was going to get some of these.
Yeah.
You know
Well, we
what?
appreciate you taking them.
Yeah. Can you log in through another PS3? Right now, it's I think it's just limited right now to your system.
Ryan Davis, do you have, is that it?
No, I have one more. And
Okay.
It's pretty divisive. Ashkan Hassini from Okemos, Michigan asks, how long will it take for PS3s to come to store after the initial launch?
Ooh, that's a great question.
Okay, how many units will be available? Or
I guess, like, when can we expect the second
How's supply
going
to be after day one?
Like, we're already counting
day
on
one.
not being able to get any of the 400,000.
Yeah, the question I guess we're asking folks is, like, what is that sweet number, and something we rack our brains on at Sony. We're having close to 500,000 units on day one in the U.S., and with that number steadily increasing through the end of the year. It's and we hope the demand's really high. Right now, the pre-orders are selling out. Probably, I would suggest either wait and get in line early, or hopefully by probably early 2007 you'll maybe start seeing them. Maybe the pre-orders will be a little more plentiful.
So I've got another plan.
Yeah.
I'm going to get some brass knuckles, right?
That would work.
And on the 17th, right about 11 a.m., right, I'm going to just be standing in front of a Walmart looking for these mothers coming out. It's like, oh, Christmas shopping already done. It's like,
Jeff, we've already established we have 2 right here. I'm just saying.
well, I don't have the brass knuckles yet, so I can't get either of these. And Ryan's pretty tough. I don't think I can take them.
Ryan Bowling, we have a whole lot of show left to get
Sure.
to. We'd like to thank you for coming by. Is there anything left you want to show us on the PlayStation 3? Or?
Do you want to see?
We got to see some Blast
All
Factor.
right, fine. We'll see some Blast Factor.
All right. Okay. Yeah. Sure.
All right.
Again, this is one
Why's
of our.
Jeff getting to play everything?
This is one of our
That's what I get for sitting
downloadable
over here.
games that'll be available on day one. It's unique in that it does support full 1080p, as well as the motion controller. So actually, tilt it really quick to the left or right, and that creates like a wave sensation through there.
Okay, so you can use that to kind of move the enemies around and.
Correct.
Cool.
Yeah, and which gives you a little bit of advantage. And your goal here is to clear the cell, continue to move around the world there. Again, just an easy pick up and play game, short and sweet.
Are there any games like this going to be? Are they going to be on the system when you get it, or maybe free for download as the game?
Well, there'll be demos.
There'll be demos,
free.
right?
Yeah, and then that's through the PlayStation Store. So, yeah.
Yeah,
And both Sony's making these, as well as a lot of third-party publishers like Sony Online Entertainment has downloadable games that they'll be making available too. So,
all right.
Again, so people out there, if you have ideas, go to the website and submit them, and we have a team that's reviewing these ideas for content that we can make quickly available for download here.
And the site again is PlayStation.com/beyond.
Yeah.
Is that beyond with a 3 or with an E?
Let's see.
With an E.
Yeah.
All right, cool. For the grand finale, they asked for it. Can we show a disc coming out of the PlayStation 3 we have on the table right here? It was asked for.
Do we have?
I think there might be one in there right now. We'll get the
Yeah,
shot
here's
of
one
it.
coming out right here.
All right, here you go. We'll get the shot of it.
The PS1 game, actually.
Can
Take
we,
that nonsense out, and we'll put.
can we turn it around a little bit, or tilt it maybe so we can get a better view of it, or?
Sure.
Is that a BD?
This is
It's
a
a
BD.
Blu-ray disc.
Oh man, do you guys call them Blu-ray discs or you call them BDs?
Okay.
A
So
little bit of both,
turn it a little bit
I think
here.
there's
so you
still
can kinda
nicknames
see it.
ready to be made.
There you go.
I'm still scared to touch it, man.
Thank you,
I'm like,
Jack.
I don't want to break it. All right, here we go.
Ah, just like that. Ah, and those aren't buttons. Those are like.
Hey. All right. I should have brought these little white gloves that we have
Yeah.
with the units. So.
Like it's the Stanley Cup or something.
Yeah.
And there it is.
There it is.
Very
yes.
cool. Thank you
And
very
of course,
much.
you can stand the PS3 app vertically as well for if you're in a tight space or put in your bookshelf.
Cool.
All right, that's the PlayStation 3. Thank you very much, Ryan Bowler.
In a nutshell.
We appreciate it. You can
Thanks,
leave that
guys.
here. It's cool. We'll
Okay.
take care of that.
Yeah, we'll hang on to it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Meanwhile, Ryan Davis has been standing by oh so patiently with SOCOM for the PSP. Ryan?
I have. I'm joined here by Sean Tornredig, associate producer from Sony Entertainment. You brought SOCOM Fireteam Bravo 2 for the PSP.
Yep.
You brought it here. We're going to look at some of the single player stuff in the game.
Yep.
How does this relate to the first Fireteam Bravo?
Well, there are a ton of new features that we've added for the single-player game and the multiplayer game. We're going to talk about the single-player game today, but let's just get into the game and I can go over some of the new features. One of the biggest new things that we've added for the game is our new economy system.
Okay.
And I'm just going to get into one of our maps here. And actually, let me jump out of here. One of the biggest new features we've added is our economy system, as I said before. And one of the facets of that economy system is called command equity. What command equity is when you're inside of a mission, the more objectives you complete, primary, secondary, and bonus objectives, the more command equity you get. Now, if you see at the bottom of the screen here, You have a lot of CE. I have a lot of CE. This is not the amount of CE that the normal player will get. I'm using an Uber save, of course, because I'm going on live. Normal, and also I have all the weapons unlocked, so you can't really see me buy anything with it. So I've already bought I've already unlocked all the weapons. But normally, a weapon like this,
can you go ahead and can you scroll through that some? I'm sure people are dying to see what the weapon set is like in here.
Have the full weapon set here. And normally, a lot of these will be locked. They would cost like $1,000, $2,500, depending. To unlock them, you requisition them. You unlock them once, and then they're unlocked for the entirety of the game from that point on.
So then, any weapons that you purchase at any point are available throughout.
They're available throughout, and it goes for equipment items, attachments as well. You unlock those. One of the cooler things you can buy are airstrikes. You can see right here, you can buy airstrikes in the game, and you can use them pretty much. Anywhere.
So I see over here we have stuff like med kits and grenades, just consumables like that. How does that figure in? Is that also like just you unlock them and then you have a set of them that you can access?
There are some equipment items that you unlock as well, let's see. There are some secondary weapons you unlock, so just basically anything on the armory, there are unlockables that you can get through command equity.
Cool.
The other aspect of the economy system is called local influence. Local influence isn't a point system, it's a rating system. So it rates basically how you interact with the local population in the game.
Okay.
And normally we didn't put too much emphasis on that, but we really wanted to add a new factor, a new facet to the game that get people thinking about how they're engaging the enemy. So how do you increase your local influence is the more enemies that you subdue non-lethally, or the more civilians you save, the less civilians you injure in the course of the game, the higher your local influence will be.
So be a nice guy, and you get good stuff.
Yeah, essentially. And the good stuff...
So definitely encouraging people to play with a little bit of restraint.
Yes, exactly. To think about, before you go into a room, whether you're going to throw a grenade in there or a flashbang and try to take the enemy out non-lethally. So what you get through local influence, you can also unlock weapons. And as opposed to normal seal weapons, you can unlock black market weapons like this repeating crossbow right here. Or
that's not standard issue.
That's not standard issue at all. And we want to give players access to this non-standard issue stuff so they can choose to go into the game however they want.
Can we jump into the game quickly? Can we see some of this in action?
Sure. Let's go ahead and get in. Actually, let me get into a full single-player game. Mission redeploy, and we'll get into one of our cooler missions.
Rich, are the folks at home having questions about
Questions
Fireteam?
are flying in, Ryan Davis.
You want to hit us with one of those?
Sure. Well, here's the first one, and this is the first, I guess, natural train of thought after what we just sat through. This is from Zach in New York. He wants to know, is this game compatible at all with the PlayStation 3? Is there any kind of special stuff that'll happen, or
No.
you like that? You like
cool,
that? You can just say you can't talk about it like
well-
Ryan Bowling did. It's okay.
But it'll cross-talk, right?
It'll cross, technically yes. Not with any PS3 game. But since the PS3 is backwards compatible with PlayStation 2, and we have crosstalk with SOCOM Combined Assault on the PlayStation 2, in that sense, yes, it is.
You want to expand on that a little bit? Then no, SOCOM Combined Assault. That's the new
the new
PS2 game that's
the
coming out
PlayStation 2
day and
game.
date with this.
Yes, coming out day and date. We have crosstalk as with SOCOM 3 and the original Fireteam Bravo. We had crosstalk where essentially both SEAL teams are in the same area of operation, helping each other out. So let's say you take out a convoy of enemy trucks in one game. That convoy that may have met the other team in the other game will get taken out, and you'll see those enemies getting taken out in the other game. And both SEAL team leaders will be talking to each other at the same time to further immerse you in that crosstalk in that crosstalk arena.
Wow.
Yeah.
Rich, you have more questions for us?
Sure. Let me see what else I got here. All right. Glenn Fellman from Little Falls, New Jersey wants to know, how much CE does a normal person get?
And that actually factors into one of the other aspects of the game is our non-linear mission progression. You may have seen at the beginning of the game, but we had a tactical map instead of progressing from one mission to another. So you choose what mission you want to embark on, and once you complete that mission, you can actually go back to that same mission area and play a dynamic mission where enemies return and they try to cause them havoc. And what you can do there is you can get more and more CE and local influence. So you go through a mission, get normal CE and local influence through the campaign mode, and then through the dynamically spawning missions you can get even more. So it really depends how much work you want to put into it.
Sounds like a much less linear game than, or at least linear single-player experience than has been offered by past SOCOM games.
Yeah, definitely. It's definitely much less linear. We essentially allow you to play the game forever, and the more you play, the better, the more weapons, the more intel you're going to get. They're going to help you as you progress through. And if you just want to keep on playing challenging missions, you can keep on doing that because we keep on spawning dynamic missions.
Now, can you give us just an overview of just like number of missions, ballpark for the single player?
There are 14 single player missions, but essentially there are an infinite number of single player missions because of the dynamic mission spawn. Whenever you complete a mission area, a dynamic mission is going to be spawned there, and with differing difficulty levels. So the more difficult it is, the more CE and more local influence you could potentially get.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Now, does any of this stuff carry over into the multiplayer game?
Actually, it does. Your CE will carry over into multiplayer, and you can use that CE to buy customizable multiplayer skins. So you can choose your equipment, choose your hats, choose your BDUs, your uniform, your camo.
Hats, you say? You
we
totally
have,
distracted
we
me with
actually
that
have more hats than we have any other customizable item. And yeah, it was just they went crazy. Zipper went crazy with hats, and I'm just scrolling through the hats. I'm like, does it end?
Who knew these soldiers were such fashion plates?
Yeah, they are. But that's the thing you notice at a distance. You'll notice the hat more than anything. So if there's like an orange, a beret coming towards you, you remember that, and you can customize it to make essentially your own persona online, which we really wanted to do. But because of that, we actually don't allow you to share saves.
That makes sense.
So we want to make it fair so people aren't distributing saves with all the CE unlocked online.
So the saves are going to be bound to...
Yeah.
Is it bound to the memory card, or is it bound to the
It's bound to
PSP
the,
itself?
bound to the PSP
Okay.
that you created on. But
So
that keeps it fair.
If you start playing the game
Yeah.
single player, you want to start that game on your personal PSP.
Yep, for sure.
Good to know.
Yeah.
Rich, you got one more for me?
Sure. This is from Ben Roberts in Cleveland, Ohio, and he is asking the question that I was going to ask. Can we please see an airstrike, maybe? Is that possible?
That sounds good. That sounds like a good finish. Can we do that?
Yeah, I can airstrike this.
Yes!
right
Fantastic.
here.
We're going to airstrike this.
We're going to airstrike right here. I'm going to get a good distance away because you can kill yourself with an airstrike. I've proven this.
I say go out in a blaze of glory.
Luckily not live I've proven this, but yes. So with airstrikes and with supply drops, you can see you hold X to call an airstrike, hold square to call in a supply drop. With supply drop, you can just resupply yourself totally within a mission, which is also pretty cool.
Cool.
But anyway, let's do our airstrike. Hold the button.
So until that meter fills up. Now, is stuff like the airstrike available in the multiplayer as well? Oh, look at it go!
Nice.
Depending on the mission that you're in, there may be airstrikes available, but it's not something that you can use anywhere you want like you can in single player.
Very cool.
It'd be a little too uber.
So the game, SOCOM U.S. Navy SEALs Fireteam Bravo 2.
Yes.
Coming up for the PSP November 7th. Sean, thanks for coming by and showing this to us.
Thank you very much.
Up next, we have a very recently released trailer for Gears of War. This just came out on Xbox Live Marketplace, and we have it here, so check it out.
All around me are familiar faces, worn out places, worn out faces. Hide my head, I wanna drown my sorrow. No tomorrow, no tomorrow. And I find it kinda funny, I find it kinda sad. The dreams in which I'm dying are the best I've ever had. I find it hard to tell you, I find it hard to take. When people run in circles, it's a very, very mad world. Mad world.
Is it okay that I want to laugh at that? Is that, I mean,
yeah,
that game looks awesome, and I love that song. I love Donnie Darko, but just putting the two together, it's a little weird.
A little weird.
Yeah, right now we're joined by Ryan Darcy. Ryan Darcy, associate producer. This is an historic moment for On the Spot.
So I hear.
You are the first person to bring a Wii to our set, and we appreciate it with Metal Slug Anthology.
I feel privileged, man. I feel privileged.
Well, welcome. Let's. Now obviously, the Wii controller is presenting people with all kinds of opportunities when they make games, and Metal Slug is no different. How many different controller configurations do you have for this game?
There's 6 different controller configurations.
And how many different Metal Slug games are in this anthology?
There's 7 different Metal Slug games.
So you can practically play each game differently.
Yes.
Than you step when you play Metal Slug 6. Now, what are the before we start showing off the controller? What are the 7 games?
All right. So you got Metal Slug 1, 2, and X, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And 6 has never been released in the U.S. before, so this is its debut.
Cool.
So, yeah.
Nice. So you're going to be playing 6 with the Wii controller.
For sure.
Awesome. No pressure.
Right.
Let's go.
All right. So first off, we got to choose it. So there we go. We'll load it up.
So make sure we'll get some nice shots of your hands while you're doing this. Hopefully you cleaned them.
Yeah. I clipped my nails and everything. So
we're all hand models now.
Exactly.
Like, here's the PS3. Here's this. Here's this.
So you notice I got the little safety strap on here so you don't drop it and break the controller. And okay, so in 6 you actually have an easy and hard mode. We'll go for the hard because I'm practicing. I think I'm pretty good by now.
Nice.
And so those are the 4 normal characters, and we've got 2 more characters, and it's 2 characters from Akari Warriors actually, Ralph and Clark. So I'll go ahead and choose Ralph.
Nice.
So right now the controller configuration I have is called Wii Remote, and that's the default control configuration for the game when you first load up Metal Slug. So the way it works is much like an old school Nintendo controller, where you use the D-pad to move around, and then the 2 buttons on the right, the 1 and 2 buttons you use to shoot and jump. So it's a really easy controller just to step into and go ahead and play Metal Slug and destroy lots of baddies. So
like you do.
Yeah. The one thing that utilizes the Wii sensors is the grenade throw. You perform the grenade throw by you can go ahead and flick the controller, and you toss a grenade out. So
Can you do that one more time?
yeah, sure.
All right.
So you just go ahead and go like this, throws a grenade, and don't get hit by the tank. And, or you can tap it on your finger like that if you want to do it real quick.
Do that again? Nice. Okay.
Just like that, yeah. And
So is that all going to be in the manual, or these pro tricks that you figured out over the course with the game?
we don't give techniques, but we tell you how to play the game. So
Cool.
we at least give you that. I'll go ahead and switch up the controls real quick, show you something else. So you go into the game options here, control options, player 1.
GameCube controller.
Yeah, you can also hook up the GameCube controller to the Wii and go ahead and play it with that. So that's another simple basic
That's
control.
7 options.
No, that's one of the 6.
That's one of the
okay.
6.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
That's all right.
All right, so here's one that utilizes a lot more of the Wii and special controls. So I'll go ahead and save that. And this one is called the tilt control, right? So the way it works is I tilt the control in the direction I want to go. And, you know, if I, oh, there we go, I died.
No one saw it. They were too busy looking at the hands. It's okay.
Yeah, so if this makes me go left, this makes me go right, press the up button to jump, and, oh.
This one seems a little harder.
Yeah, it's a little bit more difficult to master. You know, I've had some time with it, and, you know, still, it's, you know, definitely easier to go ahead and jump in with the regular Wii default control scheme, but
this is fun.
it's still a lot of fun.
Yeah.
I mean, it's especially for the hardcore Metal Slug fans. You know, I mean, dudes who've been playing this game since 1996 when it first came out. It's a whole new way to approach it. You know, a whole new angle of interactivity that they can try to approach Metal Slug with. So
now 6 has some other new features like target locking or something like that.
there's
right?
no target locking.
Okay.
One of the things it does have is the weapon stock system.
Right.
And you'll notice the 2 empty black boxes in the lower left corner right there. Those will fill up with weapon power-ups when I eventually get them. And then you can swap through them and pick whatever you want to use. So you can always use your pistol and then whatever 2 weapon pickups you have.
So it doesn't
Ryan
automatically
Davis?
overwrite whatever you have.
Right. As you can
hand.
see, I just picked up a machine gun, so that H is right down there in the box.
Cool.
So, all right. So we've seen this. That was control scheme number 3.
Right.
All right.
Let's check out another one.
Number 4.
This one's going to use the nunchuck as well. It's actually called nunchuck control stick, so got to go ahead and plug this in.
And it doesn't mind. They just plug it in like that.
No, you go ahead and do
totally
that.
knows?
It's totally
All right.
cool. Yeah.
Cool.
Exit back out. All right. So the way this one works is I'm using my left hand on the nunchuck stick to control all the movement, right? And then on my right hand, I've got the fire button with the B button on the back, and then A button makes you jump. So.
And then it's still a shake for grenades?
Yeah, it's still a shape for grenades. And
Cool.
you can see I just picked up a slug here, so if I go ahead and actually throw a grenade, it's going to shoot out a cannon.
That's crazy train.
Yeah, it's a little excessive, but that's
That's what the game's for.
Metal Slug, man.
Come on now, it's got to be excessive. All right, so that's control scheme. That's control scheme number 4.
Right.
I like this one. This one seems good.
Yeah, this is another really easy one to pick up and go ahead and play. Let's check another one.
Was that 4? And there's so many.
Yeah, that's 4.
Okay.
Another one very similar to nunchuck control stick is nunchuck only.
Whoa.
And this one's for the lazy person. You go ahead and you just use your left hand, and that's it. It's got the movement, the firing, and the jumping all in one hand. You know, Metal Slug 6 is the only game in the series that has 2 extra buttons to switch weapon because you have the weapon stock system, and then also the alternate attack. So, which I haven't actually showed you yet, so I can go ahead and jump out of this thing. And if you hold down the alternate attack button and then hit fire, you'll go ahead and
die.
First you get killed, and then you can show off what you're trying to show. All right, so you hold. There we go. Alternate attack button. I think you just missed the melee attack, but here we go. So,
Nice.
yeah, you go ahead and just plow through your enemy, and your fists explode for obvious reasons.
And the other dude
I'm not
does
gonna waste any time
the other
explaining
dude does the sweet backbreaker, right?
Clark also has his own special melee attack, so yeah.
All right, Ryan Davis. Well, before we move on to was that number 5 we just saw? We have one left. Is that right?
Yeah,
Maybe?
the last one, which is
Okay, you switch to that, and then we'll go to
Okay.
Ryan Davis for some questions. It's called Arcade.
yeah, it's called arcade. So the way this works is that you take the Wii remote, right, and this is basically your arcade stick, and you tilt it to the left, you move left, tilt it to the right, you move right, back, and you duck, and up, you point up, and then over here is your firing, and then also your jumping.
For the true arcade experience.
Exactly.
That's completely crazy.
Isn't it?
It's totally mind-blowing.
So you hold. So you're
And then
pretending.
the grenade is also flicking the nunchuck. So.
How did you guys think of all this?
Well, you know, we first got this project and we were all really excited about it because it was our first chance to get our hands on a Wii and develop for it. So, you know, we got our designers together in the company and a few other people who were interested in giving ideas. And we came up with about 10 ideas to start with and wound up with the 6 that you see right now. So.
Was there anything even crazier than the arcade one that you can tell us about, or are these trade secrets that you're going to use in the next
I mean, I can't remember anything specific that worth mentioning, but yeah, there were some ones that, you know, we found just didn't work, and that's going to happen in the beginning stages with developing the Wii, because we're all trying to figure out what's the best way to use this stuff. So.
Ryan Davis, you have any Metal Slug questions?
I have a ton.
Hit us.
Brock Peterson from Kennewick, Washington asks, are the Akari Warriors hidden unlockables, or are they playable, selectable from the start?
No, they're right. You can select them right from the start.
But only in 6?
But only in 6, yes.
Ryan Davis?
Harry Hansard from York, Great Britain asks, can you use the Virtual Console Classic controller instead of tilting the Wii remote on its side?
I'm not sure exactly what that is.
There's
the classic controller?
The retro controller or whatever. They've got the GameCube, and then there's also some other controller they're going to do.
For the Wii? I'm not actually sure. I don't think it's compatible with it right now. I mean, it's not in the options, so this is a near final build. It's not finished completely yet, but we don't really have plans to support that right now.
Ryan Davis?
Chris Lynch-Hahn from Dublin, Ireland asks, is it easier than the arcade, like per-level saves, or do you die and go back to the start of the game?
That's actually a good question, because we went ahead and implemented different play modes, so we can let the casual gamers or mainstream gamers, play and enjoy everything that Metal Slug has to offer just as much as hardcore fans can. So there's 4 different options. There's 10 continue, 20, 30, and unlimited. And every time you beat the game, you get some tokens, and you can spend these tokens to buy unlockable things, or not buy, but just unlock things like special art and music tracks. But if you play the limited continue modes, you'll unlock other things that are only available in limited continue modes, like an interview with the original Metal Slug team, original Tonko art that was created just for this game, and some other special music tracks.
Nice. Ryan Davis, one last question?
Sure. Nick Rattano from Berlin, Connecticut asks, the biggie, when is the game coming out?
It's release or near release, and it's coming out for $39.99, priced well below most of the other games. So, great impulse buy if you're looking
now
to
supplies are
to expand your Wii collection as soon as you get it. So.
Very cool. Well, thank you for coming by, Ryan.
No problem.
The game is Metal Slug Anthology. If you want to leave that Wii behind, it's cool. It'll
I don't know.
Next to the PlayStation 3 that Jeff just put in his pants. No?
We'll see if we can clone one for you.
Thank you, Ryan. Standing by right now, Ryan Davis has Bethany with him, and they've got some Phoenix Wright. What's going on?
Well, way to ruin my intro.
Okay, I'm sorry. Ryan Davis is standing by with a mystery game and a mystery guest.
Hey, Rich Gallup.
What's up?
Sit down. Bethany Massimilla, you're here. You brought Phoenix Wright and Justice for All, fresh from Japan.
Yes.
And I was actually surprised talking to you about this game earlier. It's in English.
Right.
You can play this game in English, like straight out of Japan.
It's true. Like, it has this language selection screen right when you start, and all you have to do is tap
that,
it.
and now that's in English.
Now it's in English. So.
Well, let's get into this. What's going on with Phoenix Wright today?
Let's see. Back top. Oops. Back. Select.
We're gonna start from the top here.
Sure. We'll start with.
So these are all the cases.
Yep.
Set of brand new cases.
It's basically, yep. It's a bunch of brand new cases. They're kind of set up pretty much just like the original game was. People come to Phoenix Wright with their problems, and he somehow manages to save the day yet again. And he's up against these big, mean prosecutors who don't want his clients to get off easy.
So are there new characters as far as like the judge, the prosecutors?
The judge is the same judge, which is good because he's like Mr. Classic Judge. There's an all-new prosecutor who is actually Franziska von Karma, she's the daughter of the evil von Karma, who was a prosecutor in the original game.
Yes.
She brings a whip to court for reasons unknown and likes to hit people with it repeatedly. So yeah, that's kind of interesting.
So this is Maya from the first game, and she seems to be in trouble.
This is Maya from the first game. Maya has again gotten herself into a jam.
A pickle, if you will.
Yes, apparently she is yet again in trouble.
So is the basic structure of the game is still the same? Not much has changed.
Right. You'll still be able to you'll have your courtroom scenes where you're presenting evidence, challenging testimony, stuff like that. In between recesses for cases, you're going to be wandering around. Like, here's your office. somebody, somebody comes over, wants them to do some stuff, and you'll get to wander around, talk to people. One of the actually new things in this game are these locks, which are these psych locks that appear apparently over people's hearts when they're trying to keep secrets.
So you can tell when someone's trying to keep something from you.
Yeah, you'll get an item that lets you see when somebody has these locks, and then basically it kind of is analogous to when you're trying to get information out of somebody in court. You'll have to, produce the proper evidence and kind of ask the right questions, and you can get those locks to go away. And once you do that, you can pretty much hit them up for the truth.
Is it absolutely necessary to advance to knock these locks off, or does it just
usually
make it easier?
is? I mean, like the other game, it's pretty linear. So generally, if a character has locks on it, you're going to have to remove them at some point to proceed. But the game's pretty good about letting you know when you've got the right amount of evidence and stuff to do that. Actually, if you present the wrong evidence and stuff like that when you're trying to unlock a character's heart, you have a meter, much like the original game had, a number of penalties that you could get while you were in court, and if you run out, you would lose. This game has like it looks like a life bar, and that comes into play both in court and during these lock scenes. So if you present the wrong evidence, you can actually do harm to yourself, but you can stop at any given time and go back and search for more evidence. And
I have questions.
Okay.
No.
Okay.
No, you don't get that. Okay, I'll let you ask one.
All right, fine. Our first question's from Lauren in Lee, New Hampshire. By the way, if you want your question right on there, a good way to get it is to be from New Hampshire. It just helps. Do you know how many cases or chapters will be in this game?
I'm not sure. I haven't gotten totally far into it yet, so I'm not sure how many it has in total.
How many have you gotten through yourself so far?
I'm on the third one right now.
Okay.
So. And
how is just basic impression? How has the case quality been compared to the first one?
It's been pretty good. I think they're on the whole maybe a little harder. There's still a lot of pretty obvious tie-ins where you can see right away what piece of evidence you have to use, and then there are some twists. Particularly the second case has a twist that's kind of hard to figure out, and once it comes out in court, you're like, what? All right, I guess that.
Well, it's not like it's always been. The series has been particularly grounded in reality prior to this.
All kinds of wacky, incredible stuff happens in court that shouldn't happen in court. The whipping kind of goes along with that as well. But
Rich, is there anyone from or not from New Hampshire that has questions?
Fine, I'm going to give Ben Vance in Tulsa, Alan Wright in Manchester, UK, and Stephen Long in Toronto, Ontario, all asking various questions about importing this game. How import-friendly is it? Where can you import it from? And how much does it cost? And how's the translation in English? All that stuff.
The translation in English seems really good. I haven't had any problems with it. It's really importable. Basically, when you start the game, it has a little option right at the bottom of the screen, and you just hit it, and all of a sudden everything's in English, and you could just play it normally like you would over here.
I actually just when you weren't here, I was messing around with this and accidentally just stumbled right onto that. So It was very easy to get into.
It's really, really simple. As far as where you can order it from, just about any import site out there, just kind of look it up.
I got more questions.
Sure, ask.
Lay them out.
All right, this is from Aaron Bark and in Shakopee, Minnesota. He has a question that I would like to ask. In the last Phoenix Wright, towards the end, they all of a sudden showed you all these other amazing things you can do, like look for fingerprints and use IR goggles and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. He wants to know, in this game, will there be a lot more cases that take advantage of the touchscreen in various ways?
Well, the thing about this game is it's actually a remake of Gyakuten Saiban 2, which came out on the GBA. So.
But in Japan.
But in Japan, right. So the last case in the domestic version of Phoenix Wright that came out over here had all the, blowing in the microphone to reveal fingerprints and using the 3D capabilities to kind of rotate evidence and see what was going on. But I haven't encountered any of those cases. Like, those cases would have had to be added specifically for this version. This version, I think, just has the ones from the original Japanese release of the game, so it hasn't had any of those.
So that may be the reason to wait for the U.S. versions. There's the potential for them to add the stuff in for there.
There's always a chance they're going to throw in a freebie extra case with some new stuff to do.
Can I ask one last question? Is it okay? Johnny
no,
Estes wants to know.
Told no.
Is the Booster credit. You guys do that all you want. Johnny Estes wants to know, is the Blue Badger back? This is an important question. Yes?
I haven't seen him yet. He might be back. A lot of characters have returned this time, so he could show up.
Cool.
Very cool. So the game is Phoenix Wright, Justice for All. I don't know when it's coming out.
I don't remember when it was scheduled to come out, but
it's out in Japan.
It's out
though,
in Japan right now.
If you want to import it, feel free. It's playable in
English.
English. Now, aside from playing a lot of fake attorney games on your DS, you, I imagine, have been playing a whole lot of World of Warcraft Burning Crusade, which has just gone into closed beta.
I have been, actually.
And you're also going to be playing it some, I believe, this weekend.
Yes. In fact, that's true.
Do you want to tell the folks at home a little bit about that?
Yeah, we're having at least 8-hour marathon on Saturday. Justin, Greg, and I are going to be here playing Burning Crusade. We're going to show off some of the new races, some of the new areas, hopefully some of the new instances. Show you what's in store. The game is of course not finished yet. There's still some stuff they haven't put in the closed beta yet, but what's there is looking really good. So we'll be able to show you a lot of
So we're talking 8+ hours of Burning Crusade live here this coming Saturday.
Yes.
So be sure to come to GameSpot and check that out. And to whet your appetite, here's a little taste of World of Warcraft Burning Crusade.
The best thing about WoW that I like is that you can go adventure. There's so many different places to go see.
The breadth and the depth of the world is just unparalleled.
It really is another world. It's the fantastical world I've been looking to play in forever.
I've been playing MMOs for quite a while now. I've played, Asheron's Call, Ultima Online, EverQuest.
World of Warcraft at launch, to me, was almost perfect.
Just like a lot of people, I spend a few weeks with those games, and they all have their pluses and minuses, but I never really found a game that really compelled me to stay with it.
Even players not familiar with morgues or role-playing games could just sit down, very quickly figure out what they were supposed to do. It's got a very simple interface, and I think that's really helped us attract a much more broad audience.
We're very thankful to the players. I mean, they keep coming, and it's kind of testament to the game design and what the players really put their money on. They've kind of voted with that. They voted with their dollar, and they said, this is the type of game I want to play. So we're very happy and very fortunate to be there.
Part of the reason I was so squeamish about getting into MMOs in the past was the fact that they seemed really complex from the outside. I get into World of Warcraft and never had a problem, just due to Blizzard's kind of trademark elegance and simplicity in their UI design.
Easy to learn but difficult to master. All of our games are kind of built around that philosophy, and it's really something that we struggled with making an MMO, because MMOs are so complex, so hardcore, and to kind of bring that to World of Warcraft was one of those challenges that we spent many years to do.
Realize that.
And that is just a part of our mammoth World of Warcraft feature you can find on the site right now.
Cool.
Full HD. It's actually part of the content that we created for Boom.
Gameplay HD network.
HD,
yeah,
exactly. There's so if you have the Voom Networks Gameplay HD, you could have seen that in beautiful HD on your regular television.
I don't.
You don't.
I know people that do that.
I don't own an HD TV. So
we've established that.
Yeah, exactly. So you can see it. Did they just flash my graphic early?
They did. They flashed your graphic.
All right, so you can watch it on the site, full HD download. It's huge. It's awesome. If you like World of Warcraft or you like watching World of Warcraft, check that out. But right
and the marathon this weekend.
There's a marathon this weekend tomorrow at 11. But right now, though, Jeff Gersman.
Yes.
It is Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Oh, that's fun to do. I finally got to use the microphone. UMK3.
Is it still on? Can I?
You can try.
Hey, dude, what's happening, bro? Chilling.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. We have an arcade machine here, and you can see like the backs of Neil, Dave, and Mikey, our Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 posse. They're going to be playing that arcade version, and we're just going to see how much fun they have playing that while you play the Xbox 360, Xbox Live Arcade version.
I've got the Xbox Live Arcade version here.
Yes.
I think inherently I'm going to be having less fun because I'm playing alone.
Right.
Whereas they're playing two-player.
Yeah.
And as we all know, Mortal Kombat, never a big single-player game.
Right.
But a huge multiplayer game.
How are you on the standings right now, by the way?
I haven't played in a couple of days, and that's really the beauty of the Xbox 360 version is that the online is great.
Okay.
It works really well. I have played hundreds of matches of it. I got up as high as number 2 on the ranked leaderboards. And now I'm probably down to somewhere around 15 or 20 or something like that. I was like number 13 last time I checked, but it's even been a couple days since then.
That's pretty good. So right now you're having some fun though playing the single player and talking to me about it.
Yeah.
How are the guys on the arcade version doing? They're looking kind of intense right now.
There's an intensity and a majesty to Mortal Kombat.
The pageantry.
The pageantry.
So you just won, Striker rolling through, or as I like to call him, Owen Hart.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure. He lives on.
We just had
invisible.
our first. Neil, you lost.
I lost.
All right. Well, that's okay. We'll get Mike and Dave next. Is Toyster going to lose it all?
No, probably not.
Probably not.
Well, it depends on if I rip this mic off and stand up.
You can do that. All right, so real quick, Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. It's on Xbox Live Arcade.
It is. It came out. It didn't even come out on Wednesday. It came out like last Friday, but it was like up for a couple minutes, and they screwed up and they pulled it down, and then it came back up Saturday morning, like 1 in the morning or something like that. And it's been pretty cool.
And you've been playing it a lot.
Yeah, I've been playing it a lot.
Cool. Striker wins again.
That's going to last for about one more match, and then the AI just gets so intense that it just like you have to resort to really messed up tactics to win.
Ryan Davis, while Jeff is having fun, so do you have any Mortal Kombat questions?
I got a couple. Aaron Seddon from Wigan, England asks, why is UMK3 on the 360 so hard to play online?
Probably because he's in the UK and he's trying to play against people in the US. It's not perfect with the lag. But I haven't really had too much trouble. I played against a guy in Brazil the other day, and it was jacked.
Compare it to Street Fighter 2.
Way better.
Way better?
Way better. Street Fighter 2, rarely playable. This game, my experience with it, playable almost all the time.
Awesome. You're Ryan Davis. Ryan Davis, another question, please?
Sure. William Carver from Devon, England asks, why are the graphics so poor?
What?
Because this game originally came out in 1995. That's a big part of it. Let's see if I can do a fatality here. There we go.
I've got actually a better question.
Among the stupidest fatalities in the game, and thus one of my favorites.
Andy Bear from Victoria, Canada asks, is the high punch sound wrong?
Was that a Street Fighter thing?
Intense. No, I don't believe so. No. I have both machines.
Are you ready to stand up and take on Dave Toyster now?
I think I might have to. Dude.
All right. As part of this,
do it.
Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3.
More feedback, dude.
Oh, that's fun. Yeah, go, dude. Go play.
More sound on the monitors.
Go play him.
All right.
Yeah.
I think the mic will reach.
The mic should reach. We can get some camera over there. Frank, you can just walk right over there. It's okay, dude. All right, so this is Toyster versus Jeff. These guys may play this game against each other about 3,000 times. Ryan Davis, while they're doing that foolishness, we can wrap this show up properly.
Cool.
What do we have going on the site in the next few days? I know there's a tournament, TV episode tomorrow for Company Heroes.
There's a tournament for Company Heroes tomorrow. There is the World of Warcraft Burning Crusade marathon, 8-hour marathon starting at 11 on Saturday.
Awesome.
I don't know. What
That's
else?
good stuff. I mean,
that's pretty good.
What more do you need? There's this show. You can watch the show again. Last word tomorrow, as always. We would like to thank everyone for coming by. Ryan Bowling, Ryan Darcy, and I didn't get Sean's last name. What's Sean's last name, Ryan?
Reddig.
All right, thank you, Sean Reddig, for bringing by some amazing games. The PlayStation 3, SOCOM, U.S. Navy SEALs Bravo, Fireteam 2,
Fireteam Bravo 2.
Fireteam Bravo 2. I'm sorry, and of course, Metal Slug Anthology on the Wii. How's it going back there, gents?
I lost, dude.
Did you already lose? Dave Toyster gets to be the co-host of On the Spot now.
Yeah.
No.
Now he lives forever.
Yeah, exactly. Well, Ryan Davis, great show.
Hey, no, it was a blast being here. It was awesome seeing all the Wii stuff, all the PS3 stuff.
Much a mess.
Yeah. Of course, it's all right. Oh, Bethany also came by with Phoenix Wright. Best of luck to her and Justin Calvert and Greg Kasavin tomorrow with the World of Warcraft.
Not tomorrow. Saturday.
Not tomorrow.
Saturday. I always think today is Friday.
Let's not come in tomorrow.
All right, 2 days. Check it then. I think that's it. We'll give away the prizes that we gave away last week, next week, because I'm still trying to get the PlayStation 3 goodie bags from all you guys who held on to them.
Yeah.
And
keep them on.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what you think. We're gonna race to your office.
I brought it home already.
All right. Good.
You have to break into my house if you want.
We'd like to thank Mikey, Neil, and Dave for coming by and playing Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Ultimate. Hello? No? Where's Steve? Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. That's so much fun.
You're starting Dallas Mavericks.
I love Dirk Nowitzki. All right, so that's going to do it for this show. We'd like to thank our crew for doing a wonderful job. All of our guests for coming by with such amazing games. Jeff Gerstmann, Ryan Davis, great show as always.
Anytime.
We'd like to thank you all for watching, and we will catch you next week right here on The Spot. What?